What?
Welcome to our next episode of We Hate Fantasy Football. That's probably true for me right now. Well, it is true for me right now, but it's probably not true for my co-host. This is crazy MFJR. I am the captain, and we are here in our new studio. This is our new digs. We've got some new backdrop behind us. We've got some new microphones. We'll fix our sound quality.
We're pros.
Yeah, that's right. We are stepping up our game. All right, let's go ahead and get into our Week 1 preview.
All right, let's do it.
Week 1 is in the books,
All done.
and I didn't like it.
I did.
I got crushed, but
You
we'll
did?
talk about that in a little bit.
Good, I can't wait.
So we'll go ahead and spend this time right now. We'll talk a little bit about some mea culpas. We'll talk about things that we got right, things we got wrong.
Sure.
We'll look at some teams, and we'll just kind of recap Week 1 here.
Okay.
Let's start with mea culpa. I'll let you go ahead and start. What were some things that you got wrong? Some things that you do you want to make any apologies or?
So, a couple things I got wrong. In our team breakdown, I kept referring to Jeff having Corey Coleman, and what he really had was Tevin Coleman. Now, all my points still stand because they're all about the same thing. He's still a flyer, but I meant to congratulate him and say, good job on making sure that you had the correct handcuff, and now it looks like he is the correct handcuff because who knows what Devonta Freeman's going to do. He didn't have a great week, and Coleman was pretty good. So that was my fault. I had it written down as Coleman on my notes and then forgot. Which Coleman is this?
Too many guys in the same.
There's too many Devontaes, too. Another thing that...
Oh, yeah, there's like
and
three.
they're all spelled differently. Another thing that I got wrong, I thought Kevin's team was going to be terrible. And
Highest scoring team of the week.
so far, I've been dead wrong about that. Victor Cruz scored a touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald had 2 touchdowns. I called Carlos Hyde the worst pick in the first 5 rounds, and he absolutely destroyed the Rams. Now, that might just be because the Rams are awful,
Right.
and Carlos Hyde was really good week 1 last year and then fell off a cliff. So we'll see. I'm not going to completely back off on what I said, but for now, mea culpa, that was bad.
Yeah, sure was. So a few things that I got wrong. I only got a few things wrong this week. Okay, I got everything.
Everything.
Wow, it was bad. Let's just start with your team, CJ Anderson. Wow.
Yeah, buddy.
Gosh, I did not expect that.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, yeah, 25 points. What am I going to do about that? I don't know. I'm going to lose. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lose by a lot.
That's what I thought.
Brandon Cooks. I told Jeff Brandon Cooks was terrible.
Yeah.
Turns out he scores 98-yard touchdowns.
Awesome. See, you and I had the opposite opinion of that. I thought he was good, and holy moly, he was.
You know, Jeff, hopefully Brandon Cooks keeps that up for you.
He could.
What else? So Amir Abdullah, I told you he was the worst pick of the
Yep.
draft.
He went off too.
18 points.
That's one.
Now
I was
hold
gonna
on,
pat
hold on,
myself
wait,
on
wait,
the
hold
back.
on, hold on.
Yes.
Because I was right for like the first half.
Okay.
The first half of that game, he was terrible.
Okay.
And then the second half, okay.
It's a good
All right,
thing
all right,
they
my
played
bad.
4 quarters.
My bad. A couple other things. I said that Big Ben wasn't going to do well, but hold on now. With this one,
No, there's a caveat to this.
there is, because I said that he was going to have some great games,
Yep.
and he was going to have some terrible games.
Yep.
So maybe next
So
week
that's a
will be
50-50.
terrible. All right.
Yeah, we'll give you this one was good, and then if next week is bad, you're spot on.
I'll pat myself.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
I'll pat
Yep.
myself on the back that
Yep.
way. I said that Gus was relying way too much on the Jets. Turns out he was relying on the correct Jets, and I was not. So Brandon Marshall,
Yeah, the good Jets.
yeah, Decker,
Forte.
Forte, great week for him. He still lost.
It doesn't really make that much
Right.
difference, but you know when they get on Gus's team, they're instantly going to start producing.
Of course, yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and move forward to let's pat ourselves on the back a little bit.
Okay.
Go ahead and pat yourself on the back. What do you want to pound your chest about? What went well? What did you say that came
Well,
true?
I told you Jonathan Stewart was terrible, and Jonathan Stewart is a good player who's not ever going to get a goal line carry. If he's going to score, it's going to be from 20 to 25 yards out.
Russell's
He got
right now.
14, 15 carries, and that was it. The other thing that I liked was I congratulated Lisa on taking Spencer Ware to back up Jamal Charles, and holy moly did he have a good day. So those handcuffs, I think, are important. A couple of you other guys thought they were important, and they've turned out so far to be important.
I told you they weren't important.
You said you didn't want any of them.
Well, because Raul's handcuff was no good anyway.
He was okay.
All right. Well, my biggest one that I was right about Tyrod Taylor. Great pick, Tom. He's already dropped him.
I know, I saw. It's the best.
Devontae Freeman, still overrated.
Yep.
Now, good thing you got his backup with the whole handcuff thing. Yay, good job, yay. But Devontae Freeman, no good.
Yep.
Who else? Oh, yeah, hey, Demaryius Thomas. Good pick.
That's okay.
I know, you scored 150, it doesn't matter. But moving forward, when are you going to drop him?
I'm not.
All right.
He's going to be around for a while.
He's going to be on your bench?
He is now.
All right, that's what I thought. Derrick Henry.
Well, you and me both called that one.
Terrible pick, Jeff. Sorry. At least you had Brandon Cooks.
Yep.
And then, of course, yes, Jonathan Stewart is terrible, and so is my team.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our overperforming player of the week.
Okay.
Who is the player that you feel just overperformed and no chance it's going to happen again?
So I got two. One is on my team, on the Lions, and that's Theo Riddick. I don't see Theo Riddick getting 22.8 points again this season.
Didn't he get hurt too?
He went out for a concussion but came right back in. So he
Fair enough.
did not leave permanently. He left for a little bit and then came back in and was very, very productive. The other one that I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's going to have the same kind of production all year long as Willie Snead. Willie Snead scored 23 points. Very, very solid. I don't see him hitting over 20 again this year. He's probably a starter, but in that 10 to 12 to
Well, yeah, if you hit
maybe
10 to
15.
12, you're good.
Yeah, that's
For
a
receiver,
that's a
yeah.
good player, but 23 is a lot. So I think this is probably his high water mark for the season too.
All right.
What do you got?
Melvin Gordon.
I knew it.
Melvin Gordon. There's no way. Keenan Allen is out now. He's done.
That means they have to feed him the rock even more. He's their talent.
Stack the box and focus on Gordon. He's done, Josh. You had one good week, and he is done now. He will not score more than 15 points. Well, he only scored 17. He will not score more than 12 points the rest of the season.
Tom, you want to trade for him?
Oh, I hear a trade offer. All right, let's move to our Goldilocks portion of the show. Awesome. Our overperforming, our underperforming, and our it's going to be exactly right every week. Let's start with our overperforming fantasy team of the week. Josh, take it away.
I'm calling Kevin on this one.
Yeah.
I'm sticking by my guns. I didn't think your team was all that good to begin with. You scored the most amount of points, so I'm going to consider that overperforming. Partly because you did have some very consistent players. You had 7 players that scored 17 or more points. So that's really, really consistent. That's pretty awesome.
You don't
but
think you can do it again?
No, because you had 0 players that scored 30 points. Now, 30 points is a really, really high number, but you don't have one that's going off. You have, and to get everybody on your team to perform at that level every single week, I think it's going to be very difficult. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong.
All right. I'm going to take the underperforming fantasy team of the week, and I think that is going to go to Wahlberger's team.
Yeah.
Wahlberger had the weirdest week, but his team, man, he had Adrian Peterson score 3 points. He had Des Bryant score 0.8 points.
Yeah, terrible.
Jordan Reed scored 6.4 points. Now that's fine for like a regular tight end, but that's not what he drafted Jordan Reed to do.
Nope.
But the scary thing is, he still won.
He
He beat Gus. I mean, it was by 1 point,
Sure.
but he still beat
Win's
Gus.
a win.
I outscored him, but he still won, and he's got Brady in the waiting.
Yeah.
He's got Travis Benjamin with no Keenan Allen around.
Sure.
So he's got a lot of stuff coming, that he's got on his bench
I can
that he can do really well. So I think that his team underperformed.
Well, I know he's going to be active too.
And good on him for winning for the week too.
Yep.
I do want to throw a runner-up out there because I
Okay.
think Keitel's team. Keitel's team was another underperforming team.
Well, I loved Gurley going into the season,
know.
but oh boy,
He was very, very
it's not even his
underperforming.
fault. That Rams team is bad.
They are bad.
They're bad.
Jeff Fisher said he's not going 7-9.
He's going maybe 4-12 if he's lucky. That's 4-12. I would consider an accomplishment at this point.
Yeah. Let's see. So, how about the just right performance of the week? I've got 2, but I'll let you go first because I feel like you're gonna. Oh, come on. Pound his chest some more.
You can get ready for 150 points every single week.
All right. So I'm gonna bring us back to reality. And our just right performance of the week, I'm gonna go with is Tom.
Okay.
Tom with his 110, 106 points. I think he's
Sure.
gonna score just about that every
Probably
time.
right on if he gets a quarterback that can actually play.
He may. Well, we'll get to that later. He scored 106. I don't think he's going to break 100 every week. I don't think he's going to break 110 very often. I think it's going to be pretty close to right around where he was at.
Okay.
I also kind of think that Gus is right about where he's going to be. I do. Okay. I think Aaron Rodgers is good, but the rest of his team, it's just just ordinary.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I was wrong about. I called Gary Barnidge as a good pick, and I mean he might be now because RG3's out and gone, and they're going to move in Josh McCown, and that's who we got all the checkdowns from last year. Yeah. So maybe that's right. that was me.
I kind of wanted to talk about that for a minute. So Gus on his team has 3 tight ends. Yeah. He drafted 3 tight ends. Well, one didn't play.
He dropped Martellus Bennett.
Did he drop him before the week? I didn't.
No, he dropped him today.
Okay, so before the week started, he's got 3 tight ends.
Yep.
He plays one of them. Yep. Because one's hurt, and he didn't play the backup to the one that got hurt, which was weird to me. And the one he played got 0 points. I don't know, man. I don't think that was really the best.
Fantasy football's weird.
I hate fantasy football. Wahlberger's team. I want to go back to that team for just a second. Did you happen to see his bench?
I don't think he scored a single point on his bench.
Not 1 point on Wahlberger's bench. What the heck? I understand Brady, but where's the rest of his bench? I know he's got these guys coming back, and I said he's a scary team because he's got all these options, but not 1 point. I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's a good thing that we don't win or lose off bench points.
Well, I think a tiebreaker is
it one of the way down the line tiebreakers?
Maybe it might be, but Jordan,
I should read the rules.
I hope that those guys score next week for you, or at least when the buys start coming around. A couple more things, more observations from the week. I got a couple more, and then I think that we still have the Thomas bye. I think that's still a thing. Until he wins the game, I think that if you go up against Thomas, you got the Thomas bye. I think that's going to go well for him.
I think it's going to get harder this year.
We'll see.
It might not be a true bye. It's just going to be that's the soft spot in the schedule.
Soft spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of those trap games.
Yeah. Could be. Yeah. Don't forget to play a defense when you play Tom.
Yeah, you're lucky I didn't play the defense.
I am not really.
It would have been a lot closer.
It would have been 5 points closer.
That's a lot. You think break it down a percentage? That could be a lot. Last thing from me, Ryan's team name. I had to look it up. I didn't know what the heck that meant.
I just assumed it was a Ryan thing, and I didn't pay much attention to it.
For those that don't know, you don't know either. I'm surprised you don't know. It is a Pokemon. That's exactly what it is. A Pokemon. And then, according to Google, Ryan spelled it wrong. So I thought that was awesome. All right, well, that's going to do it for us for Week 1 review.
Okay.
This is Crazy MFJR. I am the captain, and we are signing off. We hate fantasy football.
Bye.
Awesome.
I should have asked Brendan.
I really thought you would have known.
I don't know Pokemon.
Okay. Sorry, that was a surprise. My bad.
I know a lot of nerdy stuff.
I really thought you did know.
I know
Pokemon.
Like Pikachu.
Okay.
That's the yellow one with electricity.
I do that, and he yells Pikachu all the time.
Pika Pika.
No, he doesn't yell Pikachu?
No. I think when he's really mad, he yells Pikachu. I don't know.
We may have to cut this part
out. No way, I love it.